It's okay?
Yeah. Hey, does that mean we're on? Oh, wait a minute. Hi, folks. I got my sunglasses on. Why don't y'all tell me something? All right, we're going to give you a free sales pitch. First of all, this is a Deuley hat.
I love that hat.
Deuley hats are, and these are glasses I don't need for. Okay. The Deuley hat we're going to tell you about because we're going to give a free punch here. They cost like $70, okay? But they're guaranteed for life against everything. Everything. I just got a new one. I'm giving them a free kick because I didn't believe them. I had one of these, and my macaw ate it. He ate all the buds and everything out of it. So I went to Wild Birds Unlimited, not the one here, but the one in San Antonio, and they handed me a new hat. And this one, I'll be proud to say, we'll tell you if it works, it's their brand new 100% all organic cotton hat.
Wow.
Now, some people think it's not going to hold up in the weather like the others, but I'm going to keep it anyway. The other thing they do that's really cool, why the heck am I selling hats? It's got a little float in here. It can't sink. So if, like, when I'm kayaking and things, you don't lose your hat. Okay? So I've had one 6 years, and I'm going to see how long I keep this one, but I can't let the macaw on my shoulder because he eats those things out. What do you call these little brass things?
Yeah.
He just takes them right off in about a second. So anyway, I didn't need the hat, and nobody, including my lady friend over here, bothered telling me I had sunglasses on. I looked like I was going to sell dope on the TV. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to Nature Approved.
Finally, we get to the name of the show.
I didn't know why. I haven't combed my hair.
No, your hair looks good.
It does. Thank you. Well, let's going to start on this. We're going to talk a little bit about some stuff. But this one I found fascinating because we talked about it last week. Taco Bell. Can we see that video? You've got to see this, folks.
It's a picture, actually.
Taco Bell made this thing they called a beef something. Look at this. Look at the screen. Everybody look. That's the stuff in their taco.
Those are the ingredients.
To make one beef taco. It's unreal. It's not a beef taco, folks. First of all, the big complaint was, remember, they had to pull it because they had less than 35% beef in it, which is against the law. Okay, you asked to have him in here. Okay, my dog helped me. So anyway, this is unreal. And on top of it,
a lot of soybeans.
I was just going to say that. For those of you that are allergic, and some people a lot of soy products.
Yeah.
And ladies, for you ladies, especially, how do I do this less than general, the postmenopausal ladies especially, these soys are a lot of pseudoestrogens that really create problems for you, and we've learned that.
We're going to cover that in one episode.
So anyway, I won't belittle this, but we brought it up last week, and then I went online because I just found a little story about it last week because it was, I thought, funny that they put out a beef taco that wasn't legally beef. So that's where I was going with it.
Yeah.
But then I go and look, and online, and I don't know why they do this, somebody had posted all the ingredients and the stuff they feed you, and I won't go into others. This is just one of them. So I'm not knocking the company individually. I don't have anything against Taco Bell, but that's not a beef taco. I'm sorry, look at this.
Well, it has beef as the first ingredient. At least that.
At
least that.
Water, seasoning, modified potato starch. I like the words. Autolyte.
A lot of sugar.
Yeast, dextrose is a sugar. Maltodextrose is a sugar. Carrageenan is pretty natural. It's all right. Paprika is okay. Garlic, where it starts getting me is when they get down to sodium phosphate, xanthan gum, another maltodextrin.
That's not bad for you, though, is it?
Well, not really. It's just a filler, though.
It's a filler.
Yeah.
Gives it texture.
And I don't know what a vinegar solid is. How do you make vinegar?
How do you get solid vinegar?
Yeah, solid vinegar must be vinegar. And then the things you can't say. I don't know what succinic acid is. Soy lecithin is just soy.
Well, there's some beef fat.
Potassium sorbate. Sorbates are never good. And here's the one that gets you. Partially hydrogenated. Folks, you don't want to eat anything that's hydrogenated.
Yeah, we need to go over that one week.
BHT, not good. So
not
anyway,
good.
I wouldn't go. No, boy, never mind. I'm going to get in trouble. She doesn't like it when I tell people where it came from and what it is. She's afraid we're going to all be sued and go to jail. We're not, but we'll all be together. What a good time. Yeah. Well,
as long as they don't serve us Taco Bell beef tacos, we'll be okay.
Well, joint sell on the radio. We can dance and eat. Anyway, I want to bring that up. And while I'm talking about that, I went to another one that I don't know if you know, last week, Skippy peanut butter was pulled off the market for salmonella. Okay?
They had a recall.
Yeah, Skippy super creamy peanut butter. And it had salmonella. That's because it's mass produced. We knew that. But I went to look at it. And I don't know if I brought it with me. Folks, it's not peanut butter either. There's about 10 things in it. And they act like that's what they've got to do to make peanut butter. But if you go to Whole Foods, they have an organic peanut butter. You know what it is? It's peanuts and oil and salt.
Yeah, that's the kind I get.
3 ingredients.
Yeah.
Skippy had like 10 ingredients.
Yeah.
And again, those unreadable ones, the ones you don't even know what they are. So anyway, I'm going to throw Skippy in that group. And
read the labels. If you start, when you're shopping, you start reading labels, you'll be able to be a little bit more discriminating.
Yeah.
And there are other choices. Like I do get a brand from our local grocery store here, and it's organic. And it doesn't have to be organic, but I get the organic, and it just has peanuts and salt.
That's it. It's peanut butter.
Peanuts and salt. That's all there should be in it.
And I might add,
and it's sweet.
That if you can go get, and you can find organic peanuts pretty easily, making peanut butter takes about 15 minutes. And it's really better, and it's really good for you.
How do you make it? Because
you need
get the roasted.
You need a margarita maker. What do they call those things?
Blender.
A blender.
Margarita maker.
Yeah, you need a margarita maker and some peanuts and some oil and some salt.
Yeah.
And it's very fresh. If you get the right peanuts that are roasted, you get that roasted flavor.
Yeah. I guess you could add a little peanut oil.
You do. Oh, it comes out. Good real peanuts have plenty of oil.
Yeah.
The problem with making your own is it doesn't stay blended, because why? You don't have all those chemicals in there.
Right.
So when you're going to eat it and you let it sit a while, you have to stir it.
Exactly.
So what I do is every time I store it, I turn it again. I turn it on its lid the first time, and it's on its bottom the next, and it just keeps shifting back and forth. I do that with a lot of my stuff.
Does the Whole Foods down in San Antonio have it where they have this peanut butter machine and you squirt out your own
I've never done it there, but I do remember seeing it.
Yeah.
I do think that they have a machine.
Yeah.
And so, but you can get like I said, a blender will do just fine.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah, I actually have the bullet. You know what the bullet is? It was on TV. It's a little.
Yeah, I have one of those.
Yeah, they're like $50.
Yeah.
I got it for $3 at a garage sale. So I make everything in it now. I even chop my beef in it. When I'm going to make one hamburger.
Really?
Yeah, when I'm going to make one burger, I cube my beef, throw it in there, chop it up, and I make my hamburger.
I got one of those.
See, folks, you shouldn't pre-make your hamburgers.
What
Hamburgers should be made and cooked in 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
The reason is I do raw meat, and I use
Do you eat raw?
I eat raw meat when I butcher it.
Okay.
I make a tartare.
Yes.
But I make it out of deer.
Many countries have steak tartare and all
ironically,
different
almost
types.
every country has a form of beef they eat raw, or red meat.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so I make my own, but you make it right before you're going to eat it. And that's why I actually usually double knife it.
But I don't think I would do that if I bought that just meat at the market.
No, ma'am. I would not eat even organic meat from a place. I wouldn't do.
Not unless it's freshly butchered.
Even when I do a cow, more importantly when I do a deer, if the deer is compromised, let's say it's got shot, I put that in a package that gets cooked, even though it's probably perfectly clean.
Oh, really?
But if it's not, and there's no, how do I do this, entrails that get involved, other than heart, liver, lungs, all those that are intact, then I put that in a container so I can do tartare and rare hamburgers and rare steaks.
Yeah.
And I keep them separate. So I am somewhat conscious. Now, I believe in I guess they call it the anti-hygiene theory. I think getting dirty is good for your kid.
Yeah. Well, that's how we grew up. I grew up hanging out in the creek in the woods. My parents could never find me because I was always up in a tree somewhere.
Well, it's proving to be, no doubt, it's not even doubtful, that is much healthier for your kids.
I think so.
Okay, we'll talk about that later because we're going to talk about health.
Yeah.
I think we got time before we do our first break to talk about what's in the garden.
Okay.
Because the gardens are floating along very early. Do we have a garden picture?
Can we talk about what's in the March garden planting? I think we have a graphic for that. There it is.
Oh, wow. I don't even have to.
Isn't that a cute little picnic table top background?
I like that. Yeah, I'm going to have to learn some of this from you because I do the editing, but then you put all the good stuff in. I would skip, I don't know where this came from, I wouldn't do rhubarb here, folks. And I probably
even early?
I never any luck with rhubarb here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. A horseradish I love, broccoli I love, all cabbage can still go in. Chinese cabbage, folks, is wonderful. I don't know if you've eaten it. But remember that lettuce like we eat, Bibb lettuce, is basically useless.
Yeah.
It doesn't do you any good, it doesn't do your animals any good. There's no real vitamins or minerals. So I always put something else on my burger, something else on my plate. Mesclun arugula.
Yes. The herb mix or something.
Herb mix. Chinese cabbage is one of the things you can do with cabbage. It's amazing. It's so simple. You can make tacos out of it.
Now, is Chinese cabbage
it's like bok choy, that kind of thing. It's long leaf and it's kind of limber.
I like that.
Well, if you want to make a good healthy taco, it sounds crazy. You just heat it for a minute in water till it's limp.
And then roll it?
And then roll your same materials in it. It's almost like sushi without the seaweed. You can anything you want in it and roll it up, put the seasoning on it. It forms, and it's an excellent.
So if you want to get on like a low-carb diet.
Absolutely.
And those sushi sheets I like. Are those bad?
No, excellent.
They are?
That's kelp.
Yeah.
That's seaweed. I eat it.
I love that. I could just eat it by itself.
I made 3 dozen sushis this week.
Oh.
One set. I made them 2 weeks in a row. I've made it. The first one, which was my test, came out pretty and great. Yesterday's or 2 days ago fell apart. So I'm still learning to make sushi.
Yeah, they always fall apart.
The rice is the secret.
It is. They say you got to make it sticky rice.
And I use brown rice.
I don't use rice.
What do you use?
I don't. I just put the stuff in it, whatever I'm eating.
Oh, that's cool. Well, you can use rice, but get brown rice.
Yeah.
And there is now, and this my daughter informed me of, it's so popular that they've gone, my wife's done everything in it but starch. They've ruined the rice. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's polished
it's pure
and
starch.
the brand's gone, the germs are gone. It's just pure starch.
That's what makes it stick together.
But there is a brown rice called sticky brown rice now.
Oh.
And it's grown or it's manufactured, whatever that word is, especially to make sushi from. Got to only get it at Whole Foods, can't get it at H-E-B. But that's why my first one came out, because the kit I got came with one package of the right kind of brown rice. And of course, I used it the first time, and I said, I'm successful. So I went to the local Super S and bought brown rice. And I don't care how you cook it. It won't stick together.
It won't stick together.
So the good thing about sushi is, sushi just means like seasoned rice is the name.
Right.
This is what it means. So I put everything in mine. I put beef in mine.
Oh, yeah, you can put
whatever
salmon.
You want. I put a lot of veggies. Avocado with carrot.
That's my favorite.
I do. I steam sweet potatoes and slice them. All that. And it all goes in there, and you get these beautiful rolls. So people say, well, I don't eat sushi.
Yeah.
They may not eat raw fish, and that's their decision.
Cucumber.
But you can make sushi, a cucumber with avocado.
Oh, I love the avocado in sushi.
And so anyway.
Look at Freeway, how good he's being.
He's growing up.
We got to go to a break.
Oh, okay.
And I hope there's somebody upstairs. They're being awfully quiet up there. But we're going to go to break. And when we come back, we're going to show a DVD on the Wildscape workshop coming up with Susan Sanders going to talk about that. And we also have a special on butterflies. And so we have Kathy Downs, who's a master naturalist. And I caught her over at Riverside Nature Center this week. Those master naturalists are so busy. I know you are.
Lepidoptera is the genus for butterflies.
All right.
She's a lepidopterist.
See, I knew he would know that. Yeah. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for more Nature Approved.
Searching for mouth-watering home cooking? Search no further. Head over to Papa's Barbecue. You'll savor the flavor at Papa's Barbecue in Kerrville. Enjoy all the traditional barbecue dishes, juicy ribs, tantalizing brisket, smoked chicken, as well as Papa's Barbecue tender and flavorful steaks. All smoked and seasoned to perfection. Dine in or carry out at Papa's Barbecue. Papa's Barbecue at the corner of Sidney Baker and Myrta in Kerrville.
River's Edge Gallery, printing and framing with 50 artists represented. Original works and prints, custom framing expertly done with thousands of samples to choose from. Fine art printing on canvas and other papers. Top quality and reasonable, downtown Kerrville.
A child's mind is full of wonder. When you shop at Izzy Bear in downtown Kerrville, you'll enter a world of enchantment, a wonderland of gifts, clothing, and more. Izzy Bear, for your child and the child in you.
Ann Johnson Bookkeeping has been serving businesses and individuals in the Hill Country since 1986, handling tax preparation and financial statements and complete business service, accounts payables and checkbook management, as well as business consulting, payroll services, and reports including sales tax reports, saving you time and money.
You do what you do best, and I'll do what I do best. And together, we'll make your business a successful venture.
Give Ann Johnson a call today at 896-4033, and Ann says thank you for your support throughout the year.
The Big Texas Inn has the best deal in the Hill Country. For only $39 a day, you get a fully furnished studio suite with weekly housekeeping, plus a great hot breakfast, plus a scrumptious steak dinner, plus a delicious cocktail. plus the greatest pool in Kerrville, plus a great sports restaurant. Call today. Big Texas Inn. Limited availability and certain restrictions apply.
Welcome back to Nature Approved. I'm going to let Kim introduce this since she masterminded it. It's we'll just tell them what it's about.
I don't know about masterminding. It is 11 minutes, so, you know, go get your drink of water, your coffee, or whatever.
I'll be going to get mine as soon
Yeah,
as
I know you will. So anyway, it's a little video out at the Riverside Nature Center here in Kerrville, Texas. First up is Susan Sander, and she is the founder of the Riverside Nature Center.
I was there for the initials.
Ah.
Yeah, I was really involved with Susan at the time trying to get this done.
Yeah.
We were originally going to put it down the road. They were going to get us the property.
Oh.
Right beside the bank.
Oh, wow.
And we couldn't get that property, and that's when she ended up with that. But anyway, that's another story.
That's another story. And then she's going to talk about an upcoming workshop called Wildscapes. And then in the second part of the video, one of Texas master naturalists, not Bruce, but another one, Kathy Downs, is going to tell us all about butterflies here in the hill country and how to feed them, because right now the butterflies are here, but they don't have anything to eat.
And do you remember, butterflies are free.
Butterflies are free. Okay, Roland, roll it.
Rolling, I like that.
Roll it, Roland.
Rolling.
Hi, I'm Susan Sander, and I want to tell you about an upcoming Wildscape workshop that we will be having here at the Riverside Nature Center on Saturday, March 26th from 10 to 2 p.m. Lunch is included. And what we're going to be doing is probably a little different than some other Wildscape workshops, is focus on native plants that attract the insects that feed the birds. And so we have myself, Barbara Lowenthal, Tom Collins, and Kevin Pillow from Wild Bird Unlimited as speakers. It's Saturday, March 26th from 10 to 2 p.m. Pre-registration is required, and lunch will be provided and included in the price. And if you're a member, you get a discount, and I don't know what it is. But you can call the Riverside Nature Center or go to our website, which is www.riversidenaturecenter.org. And it'll have all our upcoming events, including Earth Day, which is in April 16th, I believe. It's a Saturday. We had to move it up because of Easter. And one of the things that we're going to be talking about at the workshop is native plants that you can purchase, hopefully at our native plant sale, and be able to have a full season of food sources that attract insects that help feed the birds, because baby birds eat lots of bugs. So the parents, even if they're seed eaters or berry eaters, they got to have bugs. So do join us. There'll be a good opportunity to meet other people who know lots about native plants, things that we have here at the Nature Center. And we're really at the beginning of spring, and around St. Patrick's Day is a good way to for me to remember things start greening up. And we'll be touring the grounds to look at some of the particular plants that we'll be talking about. And it'll be a lot of fun.
Okay, my name is Kathy Downs. I'm a Texas Master Naturalist with the Hill Country chapter, and I'm here today to check on some of the butterfly host plants that we have in our butterfly garden here at Riverside Nature Center. At this time of year, we're looking at host plants just barely emerging. There are butterflies in the area today. I've seen pipevine swallowtail. There's been sleepy orange here today. I've seen other butterflies in the area, the two-tailed swallowtail. So my mission here at Riverside today is to check newly emerging host plants. Without these host plants, we wouldn't be able to sustain our butterfly population. I'd like to talk to that a little bit about how we can use native plants in the butterfly garden to attract our butterfly population, to sustain that butterfly population, and to bring them back year after year. One of the ways that we do that is to make sure that there's plenty of host plant in the mix. Every butterfly has a specific host plant. Those butterflies won't lay their eggs on anything else. As I'm walking around Riverside Nature Center this morning, I'm starting to see some very tiny emergence of some of the milkweed. the pipe vine plant, which is the host plant for the pipe vine swallowtail. I'm not seeing any antelope horn, which is going to be the premier host plant for the monarch population when they start to migrate back through from Mexico this year. In the last couple of years, we've seen the monarch population decline due to excessive mowing, due to the fact that many people are pulling out live and native milkweeds and putting in lawns. One of my tasks that I'm really excited about in terms of advocating for butterfly populations is the Earth Day event that will take place here at Riverside Nature Center. We do a live butterfly pavilion here at the Nature Center, and the purpose of this is twofold. One is it makes a wonderful children's activity, although I have to say that 1 in 4 of these children are over 30. And we have up to 150 children come through these tents. One of the tents is an educational tent. It will teach the kids about the butterfly life cycle. I'll have live specimens of caterpillars and eggs. Hopefully I will at that point have some chrysalis butterflies ready to emerge from their cocoons. In the second tent, we actually have live butterflies, and the children are able to go in here to interact with the butterflies, to get over maybe any small fear they might have of these wonderful insects, and to help to identify some of the local butterfly populations in the area. In the life cycle part of the pavilion, we also have some great information on how to begin a butterfly garden, the importance of those host plants, and I'll have some of that plant material available for everyone to look at and be able to recognize, hopefully in their own yards and on their own properties. There are several things that we can do at this time to help the butterflies that are in the area already. Although a lot of our native plants haven't begun to emerge yet, some of these plants are available at local native nurseries. You could bring a few potted plants into the area that you're seeing your butterflies. Many of the nursery plants are blooming. You can bring those in to offer some nectar to your butterflies that way. If you're interested in beginning your own butterfly garden, I have a few plants that you could start with. You can start with an area that's as small as 10 by 10, about the size of one of the butterfly pavilions. And what you want to do in that area is to put out a newly blooming plant. Some of the natives that are really good that could go into your garden at this time of year, ready to plant, would be the Engelmann's daisy. Those are emerging now as rosettes and beginning. The Dutchman's britches, which is actually blooming at this point, a very beautiful small plant, which is the host plant to the black swallowtail. These are about 8 inches tall, sort of a blue-green, very needle-like foliage, and puts out a tiny bloom about a 1/4 inch long that looks a lot like a Dutchman's pantaloons. That's a great host plant besides being a bloomer. Another one that you might consider putting seed in for right now is called Daucosma, D-A-U-C-O-S-M-A. This is also a great swallowtail host plant, but in addition to that, it provides nectar for at least 15 or 20 other butterfly species that might come into your garden. You want to start looking for antelope horn, Asclepias asperula. Antelope horn is prevalent in the hill country. If you go out into any field or meadow, you'll usually see these plants. They're very succulent. They'll usually grow to a diameter of about 8 or 10 inches. They will get a bloom that's globe-shaped and seems to be made of many different flowers. This is a milkweed, and probably the premier milkweed that we'll need to be looking for when the monarch migration comes through in just a few weeks. Another great butterfly plant that you can plant now and that will bloom almost immediately is the autumn sage, or Salvia gregii. This is a year-round, pretty much evergreen plant, puts out blooms from March until the first freeze. This is also a great plant for hummingbirds. Other birds are attracted to this plant. It grows quickly, it's easily maintained, and it is not invasive. One more plant that you might consider putting in right away is a plant that will emerge early in the spring called Gaillardia, or Indian firewheel. This is an abundant plant in the hill country, provides a great deal of nectar. It's a self-seeding plant. You can rely on having those year after year. It isn't annual. It will just reseed itself. It will not grow back up from the same plant as the year before, but will reseed itself, and new plants will emerge every year. They have a tendency to colonize, and they make a beautiful ground cover. These plants grow about 8 to 10 inches tall. They can be a mix of reds and yellows. I've even seen some with white petals. Beautiful plant, great butterfly attractant. Additional plants you might add as the spring goes on would be the coreopsis. Any of the coreopsis species are great butterfly attractants. The green thread coreopsis is native to the hill country. This is a plant that will continue to grow and bloom for more than 6 weeks. The skipper butterfly loves grassy areas. You could bring in some ornamental grasses that we have here, such as Indian grass. Some of the muleys are really good. Skippers love the grassy areas. You don't have to pull everything. A butterfly garden should not be formal. You want it very meadowy. You want to keep it as natural as possible. There's also a solution that you can make and put into a small saucer-shaped dish, and you can lay this out on a rock or on a flat area in the front of your yard, and that would include rotten banana. It's a wonderful cocktail. Rotten banana, molasses, a little bit of beer. And this ferments and produces a fermented sugar that these butterflies should be able to, they just go crazy over this. Another thing that I do is I use suet cages, much like you would use for birds. You can put any amount or any mix of fermented fruit in there. So if you have things at home that you're thinking about tossing into your compost pile, bananas or tomatoes or even slices of apple or orange, you can put these things into the suet cage. Go ahead and mash them right in there. The pulpier it is, the better. You can spread a little molasses over that and top it off with beer icing, and I guarantee you that those butterflies will come to that suet cage like a magnet. This would provide them with a little extra nectar while you're waiting for your plants to come to bloom. So I want to say good luck with your butterfly hunting, good luck with your butterfly populations. If you'd like to learn more, I'll have my live butterfly pavilions at Earth Day at Riverside Nature Center. We have the butterfly pavilions open from 9 until 1.
Banking in the Hill Country is more of a love thing than a money thing. Bank the Hills has deep roots here. Our families have been serving the families of Ingram, Kerrville, and Comfort way back before Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac or even Billy Jack. We were here then, and we'll be here for you when you need a home mortgage, a business loan, or a good boot shine. Bank the Hills, treating people right in Ingram, Kerrville, Comfort, and Centerpoint. Banking like it used to be.
We are rocking the hills. Classic Rock 94.3 Rev FM. 94.3 FM. Crank it up. Rev it up. Classic Rock 94.3 Rev FM.
The Branding Iron Restaurant in the Wyo Ranch Hotel is the best kept secret in the Hill Country. They have daily breakfast specials, a lunch buffet Monday through Friday, and a brunch on Sunday from 11 to 2. Don't forget the Elm Waterhole Saloon, a perfect place to wet your whistle with a happy hour Monday through Friday from 4 to 7 p.m. with large screen TV and a live band every Friday. Now the secret's out. Check out the Branding Iron Restaurant and the Elm Waterhole Saloon inside the Wyo Ranch Resort Hotel.
Enter into Trinity Mission of Comfort, a warm, loving atmosphere. I'm Lisa Green Gonzalez, and I'd like for you to join the staff and I here at Trinity Mission of Comfort. With Trinity Mission's amenities, recreational programs, widescreen theater setting, enjoy a soothing bath at the spa, transition back to independent living, and dining with a choice of menu items. Life should be worth living. Be a part of Trinity Mission of Comfort.
Santo Coyote Restaurant caters every occasion. Full-service catering on location and in our private dining and banquet rooms. catering for meetings, reunions, and holiday events.
It's my heart comes out with your care needs.
One more time.
Jeez.
Just so I have
God, that was great. For all your care needs, please come to Santo Coyote. We're right here to serve you. Thank you very much, and I hope we'll see you soon.
The Family Sports Center is dedicated to changing people's lives. Family Sports Center is a quality wellness workout facility serving all ages and fitness levels, providing fun, energetic program with an attentive and knowledgeable staff. Family Sports Center has been serving the community for over 50 years with a wide variety of group exercises, both aquatic and aerobic, racquetball, weights, cardiovascular equipment, and educational seminars. Family Sports Center can put you on the road to a healthier you.
Crickets, serving downtown Kerrville with 25 years of excellence. A unique specialty shop with peerless name brand merchandise like Vera Bradley, Caspari, Willow-Tree, voted best gift shop in Kerrville. Crickets, an enlightening shopping experience.
Hill Country Living, a store full of gorgeous home accents. All your favorite name brands like Wedgwood, Lennox, Spode, Avia Tree, best store for 3 years. Beautiful Pardine jewelry, bridal registry. See us on Facebook.
The Upper Guadalupe River Authority is your local organization in Kerr County devoted to protecting the Hill Country surface water. UGRA tracks changes in health in our river and creeks and responds to concerns about water quality.
The Upper Guadalupe River Authority also operates an environmental laboratory for all your water testing needs. UGRA is Kerr County Surface Water Resource.
For more information about other UGRA programs, visit us on the web at www.ugra.org. Let's keep our river clean.
Welcome back to Nature Approved after our advertising marathon. No, we had a little, due to technical problems beyond our control. I remember I used to say that. That's what the television. Yeah. But now we have a friend with us, and we are going to have a bit of a technical problem, so he's going to return to visit. But David, tell him a little bit about yourself and what you were originally going to be here for.
Well, water conservation is the theme.
There you go.
Started a contest in 2009 to try to promote water conservation in residential landscapes.
Right.
And
we covered that on this show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been here. Yeah.
And give us a little bit about, is there a contest now so that, and evidently they win something in a contest.
You betcha.
How's this work?
Well, there'll be an entry form. Actually, it starts in about a month, April the 11th to May the 9th.
Okay.
You can fill out a little entry form, answer about 25 questions, and they're mostly yes or no.
That would be good.
And send in some photographs, and then we have a team of judges that will read the information, look at the photographs, and assign points. Okay? And then we just tally up the points, and the top 8 win prizes. Last year we gave a total of $1,260 in gift certificates.
Wow.
To 4 local merchants. So, and we're going to try to do that again this year. It's countywide, any residential property
in Kerr County. Okay.
And the idea is, of course, to promote native plants that use less water and maintenance. Mulch your flower beds so you don't lose water from evaporation.
I've heard of that. I do a gardening show. Yes.
It's simple things like just reduce the size of your St. Augustine or Bermuda grass, reduces your water
Most
consumption.
people don't realize that xeriscaping saves half or more of all the water you need.
Yep.
The other one, then we'll see if you agree with me. Believe it or not, a water feature like a pond actually uses far less water than an equal size lawn. Because as you recirculate the water, all you lose is evaporative qualities. But you say, well, I'm conserving water, so I put a pond in. Well, that sounds
counterproductive,
wrong.
yeah.
But it's not counterproductive. The pond itself, first it draws great wildlife, balances everything out, waters the birds and the animals, and uses far less water than the lawn. I mean, you only fill, I have a big pond, well, now I don't, but I did have in my backyard. I'm going to restart it this year. But I only put water in it once every 3 weeks or 4. They go down 3 inches, the fish don't care. Yeah. So, you want me to babble a minute so you can fix that? Okay. Anyway, so I believe in water conservation by plants. Now, I will ask David, we're going to be back on with him in a second. Do we use anything that is naturalized but not native, or do you guys kind of frown on that?
Hang it up.
Whoops. I think I...
Pick it up, set it down. Hang it up.
Okay.
We are having technical difficulties. Yeah.
Maybe I should leave.
It's not normally this bad. It's normally...
Is it me?
No, yeah, maybe it's karma.
Now push hold.
I don't even know what hold is.
Oh, we're okay. We're okay.
And can we hear David now so we can go back to you? Now, what I was asking him was, folks, I'm kind of not even into naturalized plants, although there are some, I mean, come on, folks, crepe myrtle's a pretty nice plant. It's from China. And I wouldn't tell you not to plant those. But there are some invasive naturalized that we need to be careful with.
Yes.
And that's why I want to say on this landscaping, xeriscaping, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
A few plants I just question if you guys kind of mostly lean all natural, I mean all natives if you can. Is that the best thing?
Right.
Okay. Right.
That's the best thing.
How do people sign up for it?
An entry form, which I'm actually going to be at Market Days on the 26th, handing out the rules and entry forms.
And Market Days is the Market Days in front of the courthouse in Kerrville, Texas. Because we have people watching from other...
Okay, we'll come to Kerrville.
Yeah.
Of course, you can't enter.
That's right. Matter of fact, there's people watching this in the Philippines.
Okay.
I have one guy that actually pulls our show up. I want to tell you.
Hong Kong, too.
Well, I didn't get Hong Kong, but he used to be in the service in San Antonio and followed my radio show. So I get an email from him the other day and says, hey, I'm watching you on the Nature Approved.
Yeah.
Every Saturday he pulls us up. I guess it takes us a few hours to get it on.
Yeah.
And then he watches the show in the Philippines. So the world's getting very small.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
One thing I might mention, the final event of this contest is a public tour where members of the public are invited to come by and look at those winners.
Yeah, the results.
And last year we had members of the Master
Gardeners.
Master Gardeners at the sites to answer questions, because a lot of the people come in and say, do deer like to eat that? When does it bloom? Blah, blah, blah.
And that's very important here.
Yeah.
I can't grow anything deer eat unless I protect it, because I have a deer an acre. I mean, I got deers everywhere. A lot of deers.
So that's part of the trying to get the public educated on what plants work, and what they look like.
And I might add, just to give them a free plug, a couple of the people that work over at Plant House, even though they're not advertising with us, are pretty good on natives. Some of them aren't, but some of them, if you're looking, because it is a little difficult to learn what do you grow and what do you not grow. Because if you go to a regular nursery and you don't know your plants, they're going to sell you things that may grow here, but they certainly don't need to be here, or they're water hogs, or they sell you a flower that grows in the sun and you put it under your oak tree.
And speaking of businesses, let me just put in a plug, might as well.
Sure, it's
the four businesses that offer the gift certificates.
Yes.
Last year, and I'm going to try to do them again this year, Plant House.
Cool.
Alltex Nursery.
I love her.
Lowe's.
That's neat.
And we used Hill Country Stone, because stone doesn't take water,
That's right.
No, it doesn't rot. Very quick. Well, I actually, to brag a minute, I actually opened the Lowe's nursery department. I went there as a part-timer and ended up working there a couple of years full-time, and it was one of the first, if not the first, I call them big box stores, they hate that, to have organic products on the shelf. And I was initial in getting that done.
Thank
now,
you for
they're
that.
in 160 stores.
Wow.
And I got a lot of criticism from my nursery friends, saying, well, you're taking our business away because, you know, here you are promoting organics, and then you're taking it. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm making it more popular so more people than ever will come to you. Because a number of places, not Kerrville maybe, don't have an organic or natural outlet. But if they have a Lowe's, at least you can get those basic products to keep your soils natural. And so they picked on me, but it's still working.
And you're educating.
Yeah.
And in addition to, I might mention Headwaters Groundwater Conservation District and Upper Guadalupe River Authority are the main fund contributors to this year's contest.
That's very interesting.
And we had Public Works, City of Kerrville last year, but the city's kind of reeling some budget issues. Yeah. So they're not going to be in it this year, but Headwaters and UGRA are still in there.
Let's get let's get a phone number again and the website to go to.
Is there a web?
Yes, there is. I'm running off of Headwaters' website.
I got it.
So if you go to hgcd.org, you will see landscape contest on there.
I got it.
And click on that, and it's got some xeriscaping tips and some outdoor watering tips, as well as contest information.
And it's called the Kerr County Water Saver Landscape Contest. Kerr County, so you got to live in Kerr County if you want to enter.
I'm about 200 yards out.
Texas, that is. I always have to remember now, we have to say Texas. Yeah. Spring 2011. So when's the cutoff date for this?
May 9th.
May 9th.
So you have up until May 9th.
Right.
Or through May 9th.
Through May 9th.
Through May 9th. Okay.
Midnight, May 9th.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we're going to all be out there at midnight getting
exactly.
the last few things
That's
put
right.
together.
That's right.
This is so cool because it's overall appearance. This is what you're judged on. Overall appearance of your garden, appropriate plant selection, that's 10%, and the appropriate plant selection is 25% of the points that you accrue. Mulching represents 10% of points. Efficient use of water represents 55% of the points.
So you might think of native plastic plants. No.
Yeah, right.
It's really low on water efficiency.
There you go. That would be the ultimate.
You only use them once a year to dust them. Unfortunately, they're very
Hose
ugly,
them off,
and they don't help build oxygen very well.
That's right.
There you go.
Don't require fertilizer.
No fertilizer.
Now, I was going to say,
ahead.
the first contest we ran in 2009 was just restricted to city residents. And we had 4 winners, and they earned $1,000.
Wow.
And then next year we went to countywide.
Good.
So this year, so far, in 2 years, we've awarded $2,260 in gift certificates.
Oh, my gosh.
So that makes it worthwhile, and you're making your place a better place to live. You're saving water, and you might win something.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
We call that a win-win.
That's a win-win.
And I thought it was interesting. The third place winner lives here in, last year, lives here in Kerrville. And one of the neighbors drove by and said, handed them a pamphlet that I'd put together and said, you ought to enter this. And they did, and they won 3rd place.
Oh, my goodness.
So
kind of fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Do we need to take another break?
Hey, folks, nature approved. David, sit with us if you will. We've only got another few minutes. Kim, and we'll be back after these messages with the last quarter.
Yeah, I wanted to, when we get back, I'm going to announce some things going on that are outside that you can do with your family during spring break that are fun for the whole family, and then some things that are coming up for the whole family to take part in that are outside, and it has to do with treasure hunting.
This is called a tease. We'll be back after this.
Stay tuned.
Howdy, my name's Kevin Solbrig with Solbrig Hearing Center. Here at Solbrig Hearing Center, we have hearing instruments for almost any hearing loss and any lifestyle. We have hearing instruments for the young and...
Watch it, Buster.
Let's try this again. We have hearing instruments for the young and for the even younger at heart. So if you're having difficulty hearing and understanding speech or don't always understand words clearly, give me a call. 895-5900 is the number.
For advanced fiber optics, data, phone, and internet in the Hill Country, call the first name for Hill Country Technology. Hill Country. It's our first name.
Pretty hard to separate Hill Country banking from Hill Country history. As you might expect, Bank of the Hills is elbow deep in both. Bank of the Hills families have been serving the families of Kerrville, Comfort, and Ingram since before there was an elected sheriff in Kerr County, and will be here for you when you need friendly, fast access to your checking or savings account. We remember where we've come from, and we'll remember you. Bank of the Hills, treating people right in Kerrville, Centerpoint, Comfort, and Ingram. Banking like it used to be.
Searching for mouth-watering home cooking? Search no further. Head over to Papa's Barbecue. You'll savor the flavor at Papa's Barbecue in Kerrville. Enjoy all the traditional barbecue dishes, juicy ribs, tantalizing brisket, smoked chicken, as well as Papa's Barbecue tender and flavorful steaks. All smoked and seasoned to perfection. Dine in or carry out at Papa's Barbecue. Papa's Barbecue at the corner of Sidney Baker and Myrta in Kerrville.
Okay,
Yeah, we're back. Kim wants to inform you.
No, David's got one more thing.
Okay,
he
let's
wanted
let
to-
David go first. We're not in a hurry.
Well,
What else, Dave?
one thing about the contest that's kind of unique, and it's been that way all along, is we only judge the front landscapes. And let me tell you the reason why.
That's important to know.
Yeah. While it's good to do water conservation front and back,
sure,
I think it's important that the water conserving landscape be out there so we can see it. How else are we going to educate the people in the community? For instance, if you drive down the street and see the sign that this guy won, and when you come back later and there's a big drought going on and his landscape still looks good, maybe that'll make an impression. Plus, you got the fact of, if you're going to judge those rear landscapes, you got privacy issues, not only with that homeowner, but the guys next door.
Oh, yeah.
And dogs and kids, and so it just seems simpler. Maybe in the future, maybe we'll incorporate backscapes into it.
But you know what it'll do? Even the people that have it up front, if it's successful and they like it, they're going to do it in the back anyway.
Sure they are. Right.
I mean, so we want them to see it and then follow through, maybe is the best term.
Yeah.
So it is a good idea.
Okay.
I don't know if you need to ever do it in the back. I think it's like having pictures on your wall. Your whole wall is not the picture. You judge the picture. In this case, you judge that section that they did intentionally and on its merits.
So anyway, it's front landscapes.
I like that.
And
front landscapes, folks.
And again, let me just mention it one more time. It's called Kerr County Water Saver Landscape Contest. And if you live in Kerr County and you want to enter the contest, the best thing to do is to go to hgcd.org.
Good enough.
hgcd.org and then /contest.
What are the letters for? Maybe they can remember it.
I don't know.
What is HGCD for?
Headwaters Groundwater Conservation District.
See, that you'll never forget that.
Yeah, right. I can never remember it.
HGCD.
Hey, I just had a couple things I wanted to mention.
Okay, now
if I can
my
find,
show, are you going to take our time? No.
If I can find it, which I can't.
Kim's not going to do this with me. So. Well, you got that, yeah.
Well, I lost the thing.
No, they're right over there, aren't they? That yellow thing?
No.
Oh, that's not what you...
Y'all talk about something because now I can't find the piece of paper. All right. I just had it.
There, look.
There it is. All right. There's something going on during spring break down in Boerne, and it's through Boerne Parks and Recreation, and it's called geocaching. Is that right, Bruce?
Geocaching.
And what you do is you spend the whole week. You go all over the city in Boerne, and on the website they give you the coordinates. So you use a GPS, and they have GPSs there that you can borrow. You got to sign for them and everything.
You have to have one with you.
Yeah. So you take on this. It's like a treasure hunt, and you go to each site, and there's like a little yellow ticket or a little red ticket, and then there's you enter every time you find one. You're eligible for another prize. So you get it's really cool. We ought to do it, Bruce.
Does
I think
it
it'd be
cost
fun.
to get in it? I don't quite. What are
No,
they,
I think it's all
What
free.
are they accomplishing to do this? I mean,
It's just a way to get people outside to do something fun and learn about geocaching. It's all through Bernie. I don't think it's just in the park, but it might be. But anyway, you got to go to the website. Go to the Bernie City website, and then you go to Bernie Parks and Recreation. I just looked up geocaching Bernie, and it took me right to it.
CAG, folks. Cache.
Yeah. And then the other cool thing that's happening, if Roland, it's called Nature Challenge 2011. Now, they're accepting applications for Dallas area, but what it is, it's families. It's kind of similar. I don't think they use GPS, but families complete missions at nature sites, all over the city, and San Antonio is going to be involved. So, but for right now, if you live up in Dallas or you've got family up in Dallas, you can go to the website and sign up for it. They're taking contestants, but your whole family gets involved. You're going to be outside the whole time, and you complete missions, and you have to read all about what you have to do at each nature site, and it's at all the different parks and nature sites around the city where you live. So San Antonio isn't up yet on the website, but they are accepting applications for Dallas people, and then it's going to be all summer and probably through the fall.
Wow.
So as soon as I find out about San Antonio, where you can sign up. But doesn't that sound fun? It's called Nature Challenge 2011. I just think that is so cool. And the whole family's together, and they're outside, and they're just having fun.
And again, another thing where, one of our complaints about the current youth is they don't get outside.
Well, that was why I wanted to read that statistic.
The heaviest youth on earth.
Yeah, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's very high obesity in children right now because they're so
Texas
sedentary.
Used to be first, if you want to brag.
Yeah.
Now Mississippi is.
Really? Well, Texas is way up
Mississippi
there.
outfatted us. I'm not sure.
Did they?
Yes.
I thought it would be
and we're all
Louisiana
bragging.
and Texas.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're not the fattest. We're just the second fattest. I think that we've probably lost a few of our 2 or 3 listeners out there. But anyway,
Bruce,
Kim
what
was
is
just
in
trying
that
to take me
coffee
to
you're
breakfast,
drinking?
and I told her I got my weight down because I quit eating. It just works so easy. I eat once a day. I quit. Those other 2 meals are just superfluous. I just really don't need them.
What meal do you eat?
I eat late in the day, but not night, about 5 o'clock, and I eat all I want once.
My
It's just
brother-in-law
my
does
method. There's
that.
nothing wrong with it. They say you got to have breakfast. You know that. What do you mean you're running out of energy? If you're running out of
think
energy in the
everybody's
morning,
different.
you did something wrong the night before. So other one, my brother, I have a twin. I don't know if you know that. I have a twin brother, and he
Have
is
I met him?
he's
What's
a
he look like?
grazer.
He looks kind of like Bruce.
Yeah, you didn't know he was here. I wasn't here last week. No, he showed up. But anyway,
I'm glad the show's almost over because we're going to start getting in trouble.
Alan grazes. He eats a little bit all day, never sits down to a meal.
I think
He
it's
eats
all
a bite of this and a
individual.
bite of that, and he's a very busy guy. He raises thoroughbred horses. He's got about 30 horses he oversees.
Really?
Yeah, he's a thoroughbred guy. But I've never seen him, even when you have a meal, he sits there and picks at a few things because he's been picking at stuff all day. And he's equally as trim.
Yeah.
Yes, and so I'm not saying there's any good. The good diet is eat less, eat mostly vegetables, mostly raw, and some meat.
Yeah, some meat.
Some meat.
Yeah.
And make the meat only grain grass-fed. Do we have to go?
Yeah.
I'm not through. No.
Well, you have your radio show. Why don't you go ahead and plug it?
5 to 7 this evening, KTSA, 5:50 a.m., another 2 hours of this. Oh, yeah.
If you can stand it.
Without graphics. Nature approved. Be back next weekend, won't we? We're still on?
What?
We still have a job for next week.
We're going to be at Bark for Life. And don't forget to turn your clocks back tonight.
Forward.
Spring forward. Spring forward.
That's why we had
I
Kim
knew
announce
that.
it.
I haven't had any sleep.
Yeah, turn the clocks back forward 1 hour.
There you go.
Yeah. And don't do it before midnight or you're going to mess up the world. You can't do it at 10 and put it at 11.
No, you got to do it.
You got to get up at midnight and set it at 1.
There you go.
And that'll remind you in the morning to get your butt up.
Next week we'll be live at Bark for Life. Bruce doesn't know that yet, but he's
I just got told.
Okay. All righty.
David, thanks.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to bring
Thanks,
you
David,
back
for
with
putting up
graphics.
with us.
We're leaving. Nature approved.
Bye-bye.
Hasta luego.
Have a great day.
Quizás mañana.
Spring forward.
Tal vez.
Fall back.